Hey, what's good, everyone? I was gonna wait a little bit about to do this video because I was hoping that the results would come in for the election, and then I would, comment. But it looks like things are obviously delayed quite a bit, and there's a lot going on right now, and I think there's a lot of differing opinions on what's happening. But I'm just gonna give you my hopefully quick take. I don't I don't think it's nationwide fraud, but I truly believe that there is some blatant fraud going on in this election. It's just I'm hearing a lot of things from actual people in the comment section, and things are just not adding up. And whether you're for Biden or you're for Trump, I just wanted a fair election, and I'm very frustrated. I'm very upset that our system is just so chaotic, and I think it was by design. I mean, some places you don't even need you don't need a you don't need ID. The signatures don't need a match. I mean, we're in 2020 right now. The technology should be the utmost the at the utmost echelon of technology. They should be able to scan you. Get a thumbprint, something. But there are people that have, at least in California, you can cast your ballot and you can track it. There's tons of people that have voted in person, and when they look online to track their ballot, um, it hasn't even shown that it's been counted. Some other things, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because there's a lot of information out there. I heard in Virginia, um, when only 12% of the vote came in, Trump was up 1 million votes, and then all of a sudden they called it off for Biden. The other suspicious thing is the actual November 3rd, the actual night of the election, excuse me. If you compare the 2016 map to the 2020 map, it was almost looking identical. And the majority of people saying that Trump was going to win. The Chinese were watching obviously closely. The Chinese yuan, their currency, had actually started to tank because they thought that it was a shoo-in for Trump. And then all of a sudden, once the midnight hit of the election, November 3rd, all counting just stopped. It just froze. It just completely froze. And one of the biggest things that people noticed was that in Pennsylvania, there was at that point there was 80+% of the votes already in, and he was up over 400,000 votes. You come the next morning in Pennsylvania, and he's down down 100, or he's basically losing. So 400,000 change. Also in Michigan, there's a screenshot of it, and supposedly it's been debunked, but I'm gonna get into that in a second. They said he was up 2.1 million votes, and Biden had 1.9. And then right overnight, when the mail-ins came in, Biden had picked up about 100, almost 140,000 votes, all from the mail-in ballots, 139,800 or something. And his count went up that much, and Trump's stayed exactly the same. So you're thinking, statistically, how is that possible that all these mail-ins, 100% all went to Joe Biden? Now, some people have debunked it and said that, it was just a computing error, and that a zero was put in front of it. Even if that's the case, and if there was 13,800 votes all for Biden, that's still fishy, because it's statistically impossible to have all these mail-ins, almost 100% basically, all for one candidate. It just doesn't happen that way. And to put it in a quick perspective, even in a state that's heavily Democrat or heavily Republican, such as California, at most you get a 70-30 split. So in California, you get 70% vote Democrat, 30% Republican. In New York, it's the same way. It's 70-30. So you're here to tell me that 139,000, or if you don't believe in that, even 13,000 votes, all of those are going to be for Biden? I just don't buy it. There's a lot of fishy things. I've been hearing the thing about the Sharpies in Arizona. People are going to the polls in Arizona, and they're stating that they're getting these Sharpies, and when they fill out the form, it's bleeding through the material, and supposedly these are being not counted. Now I don't 100% know this, but it's just what I'm hearing. So please, if you are from Arizona, if you're from these other states, if you voted in person, if you notice something suspicious, please comment in the comment section. There's too much on the line in this election. Even prior to all this mess, my coworker's wife got 2 ballots. It was reported in Michigan, although I think it's been debunked supposedly that they filed a lawsuit. It was last year, but they thought it was this year, that there were more registered voters than eligible voters in Wisconsin. I'm seeing if I can remember something else. I think the bottom line is that it just seems very, very fishy. That's all I can say. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist about it, but you know, I just wanted a fair election, and whether it's a Republican or a Democrat, and I don't feel like that's going to happen. So my opinion before I depart is that they're going to announce Biden as the winner, and then it's going to have to go through a lengthy court battle. Prior to all this happening, I had predicted that Trump was going to win, and then the Democrats would fight for it for like 3 months. So it's basically the same thing, but just reversed. Obviously, as more information comes in, we'll see what transpires. I don't want to jump the gun too much, but I just don't. I think moving forward, whatever happens, if everyone has to just go into just in person voting with ID, so we don't have illegal aliens voting. There's people that are registered that are not even alive that are registered, getting duplicate ballots. You're finding ballots that are in the garbage can. The other last thing is there have been a couple of people that are been poll watchers, for Trump and for the Republican Party, and they have that right to watch to make sure there's no fishy stuff going on, no tampering, and they were blockaded according to these people. Multiple people have been coming out saying they've been blockaded just from watching. If you have nothing to hide, I don't know why you wouldn't allow someone to observe. So the mail-in process, the balloting, this is not the first time. There is a history of voter fraud. Like I said, you may disagree, but I truly believe that if we just have a fair election, I just think Trump would win pretty easily. We shall see what happens. So that's my take, regardless of your political affiliation. I think open communication is great. I just want to do what's best for this country, and what I believe in a fair election is what we should be aiming for. So that's my time. Let me know your guys and gals' thoughts. I won't hold it against you. I don't believe in censorship. Just say how you feel if you want, and that's it. Or if you're scared to talk about your political affiliation, that's cool too. You can just direct message me. I won't I won't even mention your name or anything. So that's my time. Let me know, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.